Yes, sir. Listen, I'm about to tell a few truths that's gonna make a few people upset. And headed out here, put some corn I got in my little small feeder I have. I have a little small feeder. I'm gonna go fill it up and see if we can get some hogs coming in. That way we can run some dogs in a couple of days. But yeah. Today we're gonna talk about trail barking dogs and people that run hounds. It's gonna make a few people upset. First of all, I do not believe in running trail barking dogs. I can't do it. The spots that I hunt, if you have a dog that barks on the trail, it's a 90% chance you're not gonna catch anything. Nothing. As soon as they hear that dog bark, they're gone. They are gone. And that's the thing a lot of people think. Well, that's why you need hound dogs and such. It's because you got running hogs. No, sir. No, sir. I disagree. You have running hogs because your dogs don't hold a good bait pattern. Your dogs can't stop the hogs from moving. That's why you have running hogs. That's the job of your dog. If the hog goes left, he's supposed to jump in front of him. If he goes right, he's supposed to jump in front of him and cut him off. That's the job of your bay dogs. Strike dog goes and finds him. The bay dogs keep him still. And I'm not saying that your strike dog can't bay, but I'm just saying, if your hogs are breaking and running, then your dogs don't hold a good bay pattern. Number two, you're running hounds. Hounds are not known for holding good bay patterns. What they usually do is get on a tree and throw their heads up and bark. That's what I've seen them do when they bay hogs. They get in front of the hog and they throw their head up and they bark. Now, am I saying every hound does that? No, I'm not. But the majority that I've seen, that's what they do. They can't hold a good bay pattern like a good yellow black mouth cur, a good Catahoula, or even a good lacy dog. Now, I've seen some that hold a dang good bay pattern, but most of them don't. So if you have one that has a good bay pattern, then I say you're blessed on that one. You got a good dog. Okay, number two, on the subject of hounds. Your hounds is not what you need because you got running hogs. Your hounds are creating running hogs. Yes, I said it. Your hounds are creating running hogs. When your dog sounds off before he's looking at a hog, you think the hog just gonna sit there and wait on him? Unless you just got a ridiculously overrun a spot that has never seen dogs before, that hog is gonna leave the country. Just imagine it. Imagine a hog is a person that broke in and vandalized a place, because that's what hogs do. They invade the property and then they root up the property, causing property damage. So, if you just broke into somebody's place and you're vandalizing it, and you hear somebody about 300-400 yards away talking about, "Hey, we're coming, we're on the way," that's hound voice with human words. But anyway, look at that, a few hog tracks. But are you gonna sit there and wait for him to come catch you? No, you're gonna take off running. And that's what the hogs do. they take off running. When they hear the dogs trail barking, when they hear the hounds trail barking, they take off running. You just started creating running hogs. Okay? Now, imagine you have dogs that don't bark on the trail. They're not barking until they're looking at him, right? They're not barking until they're looking directly at the hog. So they sneak up on him. Then they get right in front of him. And then every time he try to go left or right, because they got a good bait pattern, they cut him off, right? He's not going to be able to go very far because they're holding good bait patterns. So, regardless of what a lot of people say, what a lot of people think, I don't care what you run. Let's just be serious. I don't care what you run. I'm not running hounds. And I'm not running dogs that bark on the trail. I like catching hogs, not chasing hogs. I have a few buddies that like to run hounds. I'm gonna tell you some of the things that happened. I ain't gonna say his name. One of my buddies, he had 2 blue ticks. All right, we were in a competition. We went to one of his spots. We hunted for 4 hours. We seen hogs. His dogs were chasing hogs for 4 hours. You know what I'm saying? And I've always wondered, like, he's always hunting, and you see him on Facebook, and he don't catch a hog for 7 hours. It'd be a whole day of hunting for him, but he only catch 1 or 2 hogs. Well, I see why. Because they're trail barking, and the hog don't ever stop running. And he thinks he needs hounds for the trail, for the hogs that's running. You're making the hogs run, dude. You're running the hogs. That's what you're doing. So we're in this competition. Chase hogs for 4 hours. I said, man, I'm finna go. I loaded my dogs up. He loaded his dogs up. We went to another spot. Okay, him and another one of our buddies, they got out. We hunted again. They turned their hounds loose. I said, I'm leaving my dogs in the truck for another hour and 30 minutes. Dogs chasing hogs, trail barking. We didn't catch nothing. All right. Now keep in mind, I said, let's ease on down the road. We loaded back up. This time we got to the other spot. My cousin, twin, said, hey, y'all leave y'all dogs in the truck. They left their dogs in the truck. Right? We're not 800 yards down the road from where we was just chasing hogs. Not even 800 yards. They put their dogs in the truck. I get my dogs out. Twin get his dogs out. We turn them loose. Inside of the first 15 minutes, we done bait and caught hogs. Bait and caught hogs. Know why? Because when our dogs bark, they're looking at a hog. They're looking at him, and he's not moving. He's not going nowhere. Now, like I said, I don't have a problem with people who run hounds. It's just going to be hard for y'all to catch hogs with your dogs barking on the trail. Unless you just have an overran spot. I've seen people with spots that's so full of hogs that they can catch 13 or 14 of them with trail barking dogs. You know what I mean? It happens. Like, I have 2 dogs right now. One of them, look at all those ducks. One of them is half plot hound, half cur dog. Then she's got a daughter where I bred her, my half plot, half cur dog female, to a male that was half yellow black mouth cur and half red bone. But here's the thing. Neither one of those dogs bark on the trail. When they're barking, they're looking at a hog. And guess what? He's not moving. He's not moving. That's the thing. I like catching hogs, not chasing hogs. Like I said, it's going to be a lot of comments There's gonna be a lot of people upset, a lot of people angry about what I said, but you can't deny the logic, because would you sit there with people warning you that they're on their way, or would you take off? That's what the hogs do. You don't need hounds because you have running hogs. No, you need a better baying dog, dogs with better bay patterns. You're creating running hogs because you have hounds or dogs that bark on the trail. The dogs that bark on the trail are creating the running hogs. I've went to many a spot. I had a dude from Louisiana. He bet me $300 that I could not go down there and catch a hog with yellow dogs. Cause he went down there, he got all these hound crosses and everything, but they all bark on the trail. They all bark on the trail. You know what I'm saying? And he'll sit there and hunt for a whole 12 hours or so and catch one hog. Or he might not catch nothing. He's like, oh, these Louisiana hogs, they're running hogs and such and such and such and such. You can't come down here with no yellow dogs. And man, let's just say he gave up that $300 pretty quick. Because when my dogs look at the hog, that's when they bark. So we're not chasing. We're not chasing. Once they're looking at him, it's pretty much over for him. It's hard for him to run on us. Especially if you got a greedy dog or a rough dog. Whenever there's someone try to take off running, they grab one of them butt cheeks and spin him around. It's hard for them to get some distance. Now, if the dog know you're coming before they get there, if the hog already know they're coming before your dogs get there, yes, it's gonna be hard for you to catch him. Which is what his dogs were doing. They're barking on the trail, causing the hog to run. That's why he couldn't catch him. We went over there and caught one of the biggest hogs he had on his camera that he's been chasing for the longest that he could not catch. We went down there in less than 30 minutes and caught him. And I'm not saying that our dogs are better than anybody else's. It's just the technique and the tactic of the dogs is more efficient. You know? Yeah, we have some good hunting dogs. We got dogs that'll go yard. They'll go miles and go find a hog when it's necessary. But if your dog is not making the hog run, it's easier to catch him. That's my opinion on it. Like, subscribe, and comment. I want to hear what y'all take is on it. I want to hear what y'all got to say. So comment. Feel free to comment.